Chapter 9. I want to capture you in my eyes. After that intense confrontation with Megan, Riel slowly treads to her workplace. She sits on the floor leaning behind her desk with her head buried on her knees wrapped around her arms, and goes on crying. Her world seems so dark and gloomy, feeling afflicted and grieved. Hyuniki felt disturbed as he went back to his office after leaving Megan. He was finding a way to get to Riel but was wary of coming to her, for it may raise some attention and suspicion. Time have passed until Riel's staff made known of their leaving, and though there was no reply, the two secretaries left. Hyuniki waited until they were gone, then slowly sneaked in, looking for Riel. He heard a soft sobbing sound where her office table was. He found her crying heavily, wanting to put his arms around her but became hesitant, gazing at her sympathetically. Aware of his presence, Riel suddenly snarled at him. Why was I accused of being a wicked snitch? Huh? What have I done to be accused as such? Why should you involve me between the two of you? Hyunki could not reply because he was also distraught and guilty by the situation. With knees bent before her, he replied, I don't know what to say, Riel. And I'm not even sure if you will understand, he confusedly explained. What would I not understand? I was put into this shameful situation. Yet I won't understand. I'm not that ignorant. I know both of you are enjoying each other's company. You cannot deny it, and yet you are giving me attention that I never asked for. What do you want to tell me? You have a hidden interest in me and think I will be captivated by your amorous moves. Do I look an easy prey for you? Oh? Please, give me a break. If only you had given her much of your attention instead of showing a gesture of appreciation to me. You should have done that to her in the first place. Then maybe this incident could not have happened. Mr. Han, Riel was frank on showing her dismay. All Hyuniki felt was an embarrassment and became speechless, then apologized. I'm sorry, truly sorry. I have no intention of putting you in this embarrassing situation. I cannot give you a better answer because I am also confused and thinking of a way to distract her from this unlikely conversation. Can we drop this and be our normal selves? Look at you. Look at your face in the mirror. Please fix yourself. It's getting late already, only to take her mind off her distress. I'll bring you home, for it's late. Your family might start worrying now. Expressing his concern, then continued. I'll be waiting for you outside. I don't take no for an answer, he exclaimed, showing dominance. Riel looked at her watch and realized it was getting late. As if nothing had happened, she patched her face with her makeup, highlighted her eyes to erase the traces of her weeping, and put on red lipstick. Riel came out of the office and walked straight to the elevator, where she found Hyunki waiting. While inside, he held her close to him to keep her from being bumped in. And as it reached every floor where more employees were getting in, the more he kept her closer to him, pulling her to the end of the elevator. We're going down to the basement for my car, he said, and went inside the car. Hyuniki again got so close to her face while pulling the seatbelt, and as both stared up close, Riel felt lightheaded, her heart thumping quickly. Feeling uneasy with her feelings, she asked herself, what is he doing to me? Her insides seemed to flutter intensely. Then in a soft, romantic, so intimate whisper, while looking at her straight in the eyes, he said, I want to capture you in my eyes. She froze, having a strange feeling rushing into her veins. She blushed and felt infatuated. And at the same time, she felt nervous by the way Hyunki moved at her. Hyuniki became conscious of her uneasiness, that he suddenly removed his gaze away from her and looked straight ahead to drive. With a bated breath, she sighed nervously, anticipating what would happen next. If he had not been conscious of how she returned his gaze with panic. She was full of uncertainties and doubts. Am I falling for him? Is he attracted to me because we are alone? Or is he testing me? In outright confusion, she shouted out once to stop the car, which puzzled him. Just stop here, sir, and I'll walk. Our house is just around the corner, she insisted. He grasped her hand gently, saying, I didn't drive too far for you just to let you walk on your own. No, tell me where your house is, and I'll drop you there. To be sure you're safe, he ordered insistently. He stirred his car, and Riel couldn't do anything, pointing at her house. He told her to wait while he pressed the doorbell and offered to assist her in the car, but she grabbed her bag instead. He followed her to the gate and greeted her mom, respectfully bowing and introducing himself. I am Han Hyuniki, Korean CEO of KORH&H Manufacturing Industries, and incidentally, Riel's boss. I drove her home to see her safety, for it was already late, he explained. At that moment, Mrs. Kalma had misgivings about him for being a Korean. Still, she dismissed that feeling, instead showing a happy face, expressing her appreciation for his concern for her daughter. When he left, Mrs. Kalma became curious. Is he courting you? Riel, he is your boss and CEO. So he won't mind driving you home, or are you already in a relationship with him? Asked Riel's mom with apprehension and concern. What if? Mom, she said and ended the conversation. She was full of thoughts about Hyunki and felt a thrilling feeling she could not understand. Riel came in early to her office the next day, and her staff examined her for her appearance. Yesterday was mysterious, but now she looked serene. Her eyes were sparkling, and her aura was calm. But Riel only winked and smiled, telling them to forget what had happened. Mr. Han Hyunki came in high spirits. They heard he was even whistling. Good morning, sir. Thank God you're in high spirits today, greeted Riel, also in a happy mood. I should ask the same question. Is everything fine with you? Please don't mention yesterday. I am done with it for now, remarked Hyunki while removing his coat. I'm fine. My mom asked too many questions, though, smirking. She must be thinking that we have something. Well, you know, staring at her straight into her eyes, trying to probe deeper into her senses. She quickly removed her gaze from him, carefully concealing her true feelings. Then, she suddenly changed the subject. You'll have a meeting again with Mr. Borja to finalize the proposal for a possible investment to this corporation, sir. And that will be today, at 1 p.m. for a late lunch at the plaza, Riel notified. In that case, be sure you take a break today so you won't go hungry before lunchtime. The documents are already right, Hyunki remarked. Yes, sir. We both already reviewed his proposal. And the VP for Finance also approved the investment, so everything is well taken. And also, sir, you will be attending an evening ball in a 5-star hotel with the Korean business group tonight, which I failed to inform you about yesterday because of that unexpected incident. I'm sorry, sir. Hyunki looked expressionless as he pondered on Riel's statement. Well, that's not a problem. There'll be another event to attend anyway, expressed unconcerned. But, sir, you are the guest speaker for the opening remarks? Riel is fidgety at the way Hyunki is staring blankly at her. If that's the case, I need to attend. That's it. And what is the attire for that event? The dress code is tuxedo, sir. And this formal gathering will be held at 6 p.m. How about the dress code for women? You didn't mention that. It's a cocktail dress for women, sir. Do you have in mind to bring along so I can inform your date while there's still time? Yes. I'm bringing you with me as my date. Riel is struggling with words on how to refuse him. I do not take a no for an answer, Riel, and you know that. And one more thing. Do I have to remind you that is one of your functions as my executive assistant? Hyunki reminded. I understand, sir, but I have no cocktail dress to wear for that occasion. And one more thing. I will not be effective in performing my function because I am no Korean, sir. I do not speak nor understand even a single word of your language. Look here, young lady. That is not a good excuse not to attend the event with me. These people have long been staying in this country and can communicate well with anyone less than our language. Leave that cocktail dress to me. Nothing can't be done, and no more buts nor excuses. Riel Hyunki's final advice. It shows that Hyunki was slowly manifesting his growing attraction towards Riel. Will this attraction build into love?